100%. That's what I've seen in Star Wars historically.
We did some other stuff in that update too, though.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, there was massive changes to guilds. We got a lot of guilds. How many guilds are here together tonight? Yeah?
I guess.
So we made a lot of guild improvements as well in 5.10. Like he said, we wanted to focus not just on content, but also the systems surrounding it to make sure that your quality of life in the game was better, which carries forward into some of the things we've been working on since then as well. So I'm being really cautious with my clicker because I don't want to go too far.
That sounds strange.
Soup anything. Let's see, go forward. One. Bueller.
Is it Charles' cat?
Bueller. There we go. So, game update 5.10.1. This was the first time we had done a layer boss in a long time. It had been quite a long time. And this is where we also introduced new tier of weapons for players to get as well. Give you a new way to explore on Osis. And we had a lot of ops players, right? Ops players? Yes. How many of you have cleared the Wretched Hive?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Next update. I'm going
Really cautious.
I'm trying to go
Getting
cautious.
closer and closer to the danger.
There we go. Yep. So 5.10.2, Heralds of Victory, came out Thursday. So if you're
Wait,
here,
like a couple days ago, Thursday?
yeah, as in a couple days. So we apologize if you've been at Celebration the whole time and hadn't had a chance to play with it. That's our bad. No, that's on that. That's on us. Two really big systems that we did here. Guild Heraldry. This was the first time that we really wanted to let people show their own personal guild identity. You know, you can make the heraldry that you want to fly yourself to show off that you're a Starfighter guild, or that you're a PvP guild, or a Bacon guild.
Or a couch flying in space guild.
Couch flying in space guild. Yep.
That's an option.
And then, how many people have been frustrated since launch with our preview window? So, quite literally, our engineering team basically went, nah, and just rewrote the whole thing from scratch. And yes, it works. That is correct. There's a lot of really, really cool stuff to it. You can preview animations of things, you can preview a whole lot of stuff that you were never able to do so before, and it's a whole lot cleaner. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, highly recommend it. So, what's next? I can see the hands going in the air already. What's coming next for Star Wars: The Old Republic, right? So, step one.
Theron betrays again.
There's one more. Hold on. Let me get my clicker to work.
Not Lana this time.
Yeah.
Bring back Revan! Can I? Can I bring back Revan? Is that cool? I want to do some different. No. I want a Lady Revan. I agree.
So, game update 5.10.3, the Dantooine and Crazy. Do we have any Dantooine fans here? You guys excited to go to Dantooine? This is a big deal for us. Charles, you want to talk a little bit about what Dantooine actually is?
Yeah, so Dantooine is going to be another recurring event, like the Gree event, like the bounty hunting event. And this one's a little unique. It's a bit like the Gree event in that the area that it takes place in will be available even when the event isn't live, so different stuff will be happening there. I felt like it was really important to show a version of Dantooine that was actually peaceful, because I know that's something that people really think of and hold in their heart about Dantooine, is that it's this kind of peaceful place. So when the event's active, not so peaceful, a lot of crazy stuff going on. But when it is not active, you can go hang out, check out some cool farms. There's a few little missions to do along the side, especially for Imperial players who are still kind of being on the down low there. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, a very cool planet. Everyone loves it.
And we definitely want all of you to get in and help us make sure it's as amazing as it can be. So look for it coming to the test server next week or so.
Yeah, real soon.
Yep, so look for more information on that later this week. So, click. Let's see.
But what else is coming?
And
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Revenge of my beard.
So if there was something that you guys wanted to happen later in the year, what would that be?
All right. I was going to do a whole bunch more Hutball, but...
Yeah, so you guys, so you don't want a Hutball-inspired update? What you want? No,
Some people maybe.
We should probably redo this presentation. I think that's probably pretty rough. Interesting question. Talk to Charles about it.
Kira's here. There's a Kira.
There is a Kira here.
There you go. Look, I did it. She's there.
There, just like that. All right, we're not going to make you suffer anymore. Charles, what do we have coming later this year?
We have an expansion to the Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Okay. For those who
Now,
are
if you had
doubting
to
that.
guess, do you think the name would end with or start with Knights of the?
No.
that's mixed reactions there. Oh, now you're getting a little crap.
We're just gonna move through all the classes.
Yeah, we just go one at a time. We just go one at a time. Okay. So you're ready to learn what the name of the expansion? I assume you also want to know what's in the expansion, but just assume you want to learn the name.
Let's start with a name.
Let's start with a name. Okay. Let's go. Give us something. You're like, you've been dragging this on for so long. Please just tell us what it is.
Here it is.
What'd you say? What time is it?
Oh, it's rude to check my watch up here, man. It is.
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
No way.
I already played that.
Onslaught.
Ooh.
So,
Yes.
No.
Nice. Sorry.
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
It's like
Knights
a
of the
game.
Onslaught.
That's
We get to fill in the blanks.
Onslaught. We really wanted to kind of show that this is different. This is a new thing. We're moving in a new direction, and there's some brave things happening.
So one of the things that we know you guys as players like to do is go, show me the back of the box features. What's coming in the expansion? And oh, that's right. I do have to tell, sorry, one funny story before I will stop dragging this on, I promise.
Keith's making us do it. It's his fault.
This
this
is
time.
Keith's fault. And some of you may have
Hashtag blame
noticed
Keith.
that all of us on the team have been sweating our asses off wearing hoodies, and it's because the back of the shirt has the logo on it. So as we were coming in and out of the room, we had to make sure that you couldn't see it. So, this is
That's
an
Boomy, by
Onslaught
the way.
shirt. None of the other swag has Onslaught on it, but that does, which is why we've all been wearing hoodies and sweating all.
I'm going home.
I'm freezing. Give me a hoodie.
I don't know, what are you thinking before? I didn't give you anything. You'll get the shirt,
I
but
love the hoodie.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Take it. Wow. Whoa. This is getting. I mean, I guess we did say this was going to be an adult event, but I didn't quite mean that kind of adult event.
Turn it down, people.
Not quite.
We got a lot to get through.
Yeah, we got a lot to get through. So let's start cruising through it. So first and foremost, the thing that you obviously want in a new expansion is a new storyline. If my clicker will reveal the fact that that first bolt says new storyline.
So we're gonna show y'all what would be like the opening crawl kind of thing for that. So if you absolutely positively want to know nothing
We're
at
gonna
all,
show the opening crawl.
cover your eyes for a minute. I won't read it out loud,
Yeah.
but everyone else check it out.
Yeah.
I really want to read it out loud.
You can read it,
I
Charles. You got
can't
a good
really.
voice.
Nah, I promised I wouldn't. Do you want me to read it out loud?
Beatrice can.
It's a little blurry. I can't quite see
Now you're
it.
all done reading it now. It's over. War consumes the galaxy, hungering for dominance. The ruthless Empire fights to destroy their ancient enemies in the Galactic Republic.
Woo!
Assembling an overwhelming fleet of the Empire's most powerful warships, Darth Malgus sets out to obliterate a new and highly advanced Republic shipyard on the planet Corellia. Do you want to go back to Corellia? All right. You'll be fine this time, I promise.
I think you'll be fine.
Wait until later, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But now, desperate to prevent this catastrophe.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you cut me off!
Ah! Hooray!
It's bad because I don't actually remember the rest of the storyline. Anyway, the Republic really wants us to stop that from happening.
Yeah. So do you want to give them just beyond the reading, do you want to give them kind of a brief idea of what they can expect to see in the storyline of Onslaught?
Yeah, I mean, so, as we started with the storyline in Osis, we wanted to get back to really focusing on that war between the Jedi and the Sith, the Republic and the Empire. Really the core conflict of Star Wars: The Old Republic, and really bring that back to the forefront, get players back to working alongside their old factions, maybe back to their old factions, we'll see. That would be kind of cool.
I thought you said old-fashioned. I was like,
Old-fashioned?
drinking?
That's a good
Ooh.
drink, but only for adults.
Yep.
Let's see what it's, prominently featuring everyone's favorite Sith Lord, Darth Malgus, of course, taking an aggressive plan against the Republic to win
Darth
the war
Mar.
early as best he can.
We've heard for a long time that you guys wanted to get back to the Empire versus Republic war. Is that a fair statement? I think it is an onslaught against each other, so I think that'll probably be a fair way to go through the expansion. All right, so let's see. What else we got?
I don't remember what's the next one.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, my clicker's not quite. Sometimes it takes one click, sometimes it takes 40. So I apologize with the pace. So second bullet.
I think I remember what it is.
Oh, I think I do too. So if we were going to do new places to go, I think we'd want a pretty good mix of things.
Yeah.
Right?
Like we mentioned Corellia. So, who likes going back and seeing old places but in a new way? Especially one you really love, like Corellia, all right?
Yep.
What about a planet that you might have been to before in another game, but haven't gotten to see in Guild Republic yet. Especially if that other game was Knights of the something.
Yeah, that seems like something we'd want to do. Sorry. Which I will show you if my clicker will go forward.
Oh.
New planet, what?
New planet, Onderon.
Onderon?
Although, so not new.
It's
as
not
you know.
correct, yeah. Just
You know it well?
It's a SWTOR.
You know it well from, of course, Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Yeah.
You know it well from the Tales of the Jedi comics. And of course, awesome, really memorable arc on the Clone Wars. Very cool. Yep. Birthplace of Saw Gerrera.
It's true.
That happened later. That happened after us, though. So don't hit for him.
Yep. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to go forward.
Jakaro? Would it be cool if Jakaro was on Onderon?
There we go.
I'm not saying he is, but
that was
that would be pretty cool, though, right?
Nice.
Here's a little bit of concept art for Onderon.
Is there anything you can tell?
Yeah, so this being a grand palace. So for those who don't know much about Onderon, Onderon is an awesome planet. It has, hold on, I'm gonna get this right. Laser gun wielding beast riding barbarians. And it has scheming nobles, which might happen in a place like this, grand palace.
Yep.
And of course, jungles teeming with deadly monsters who literally fly down from the moon. It's a hardcore place. Take that, Game of Thrones.
Can you guys either make this work better or manually progress it? Because this isn't doing, it's not working anymore. Yeah?
Not the crowd. All right.
Okay, yeah. Next slide. Next slide. We're going to do this with my mouth, so this will make it move faster. So this is the, thank you. So that is, so as Charles already said, the palace. You go to the next slide.
Another little view,
Ooh.
some conceptual stuff for the palace.
Yep, you can go to the next slide.
Oh.
So this is one of my favorite pieces of concept art that the team did for the planet.
Wow.
Because I think it highlights so much that it's that really cool
Contrast.
Yeah, the contrast of the planet of what you see. You go to the next slide.
Little marketplace inside the city.
Next slide.
Beasts.
Ooh.
Yeah. Next slide.
More beasts.
That's right. So as you say, you'll be able to expect a lot of crazy creatures all over the place on Onderon. Next slide. Are you guys excited to go to Onderon?
Seems decent enough.
All right. So if we're gonna have something from a different game, we got to have something that we do on our own.
Yeah, something completely new. A place you've never been before, never seen before, never heard of before.
Next slide, please.
Earth. Next
Let me
song.
introduce you
So we
to
got, I got my two new
Mekshaw.
planets.
Next slide.
Mekshaw.
Nice.
A mined-out asteroid that has been turned into a galactic refueling station.
Next slide.
For the scum and villainy of the galaxy, ne'er-do-wells, smugglers, mercenaries, pirates, refugees,
Next slide.
tradesmen, traders. It's basically a really cool, like, stacked up harbor in space, just the stuff floating out over the stars. It's gonna be so cool. I can't wait till y'all see it.
Next slide.
You can find trouble in all the back alleys.
Next slide.
Kind of like a new interior planet. That's cool.
And some sweet boats flying through the air.
It's very smugglery and piratey.
This one is in fact named after the developer who suggested the core concept of it.
Next slide.
All right.
So
Any guesses what the third planet might be?
What, third
From
planet?
earlier, like 10 seconds ago? That's a moon.
Duxon is a moon.
Duxon is a moon. Technically, Mekshaw's an asteroid, and we called it a planet. So
Interesting
that's
guess,
on us.
though. Interesting guess. I'm surprised no one. You're gonna
Go, y'all can do it.
Next slide.
Corellia.
Ooh,
Flash
nice.
planet.
So one of the things we really wanted to do was, we've heard for a long time that we have all these great planets that you explore in the Old Republic, but you never get to go back to them. So what if you did? What if you got to go back to Corellia? Next slide.
So this is not from the expansion. This is, in fact, many of you have noticed and called it out, and we appreciate it. We've been doing some new versions of the Planetary approach cinematics for all the core game planets, and this is a little snippet from the Corellia
Yep.
one.
Next
We're gonna have
slide.
a whole ton of those coming in 510.
510.3? Yep. So there'll be a bunch of planet fly-ins that are reworked just like this to go to Corellia.
We'll have a lot more to show you about Corellia as we go forward through the year.
Next slide. All right, so this one's interesting.
All right, so that's story.
That's
Most
story.
of it.
Yeah. We probably need some group content.
Yay!
I mean, a Flashpoint is group content.
Flashpoint is group content.
Small group.
Maybe some,
Flashpoint lovers.
maybe one step higher, so
What-
some
yeah, what's-
larger group content.
What's crazier than a Flashpoint?
Operation. Okay, that's interesting. Any guesses where it might be?
The moon.
What's interesting is someone already guessed correctly. Can you hit the next slide? Duxon.
Nice.
Next slide, please.
Guess who's back? Circa Corporation.
Next slide.
So Duxon has even more and even crazier monsters than Onderon does. And Zerka Corporation, seeing opportunity for some profit, a chance to really make an even bigger mess than they've made in the past, is going to take some of those monsters and make them even worse monsters and try to sell them. Which might get out of hand, especially if some other guys show up who really love hunting things for points. And yeah, then we'll see where that goes. But that'll be your mess to clean up, sorry.
You can go to the next slide. So what is next?
What else?
I think I know which one this is.
Let's see.
I'm trying to remember. I might be wrong. This will be interesting. Next slide.
Hey!
Yes.
We've been talking about that for the last 2 days. Nautilin.
It was that one. Okay.
I've seen one Nautilin at Celebration so far. Do we have any Nautilins here? Anyone who wants to be a Nautilin? All right.
Next slide.
Just some work in progress, very early, but we'll have a lot more to show.
Yep. Next slide. There you go. And so I know one of the things you always want to know if there's going to be is what kind of customization you have. Next slide. And next slide. Next slide. All right, and so one thing we want to point out about Nautilins,
Nice.
if you're familiar with our
Very
game,
nice.
our species usually come as something that you can buy additionally. So we don't have the exact details, but we do know that around the launch, our goal is that you will get Nautilins included with the expansion if you come in when it launches.
Nice.
So we'll have more details on that a little bit later, but Nautilins are going to be yours. All right, next slide. So,
Probably not a shocker.
yeah, I love the excitement of a new level cap. You can go to the next slide. It's pretty basic, but it's always something you want. We got 5 more levels coming, new abilities for each advanced class. So get ready to see a lot of new stuff. Yep. Next slide. Okay,
What's the last thing we're gonna do?
so we're at the big one. And this was going to be a little bit interesting. It'll take a little bit for us to walk you through exactly what it's going to be. And I think Keith kind of opened this up really well, which is itemization has been an interesting thing over the past couple years, right? Cotet launched, Galactic Command was not entirely loved. We spent a lot of time working to get that to a new place. But even since then, we've had a lot of really, really great lessons over the last 2 years about what we've done and where we can learn and improve. And so, next slide. So when we're introducing what we call the spoils of war. Next slide. So you guys can, as we talk through these, you guys can bring them up. So quite literally, everything you know about items in the Old Republic is going to change.
Okay.
But it'll be good.
But it'll be in your favor. Here's what we want to make sure. Look at your character. We want to make sure that you have as much customization as possible. At the end of the day, here's what counts. You want to live in the Old Republic and play Star Wars exactly how you want to be. You want to be the Jedi that you want to be, the bounty hunter that you want to be. And our goal is that through the changes that we're making to items, you'll be able to get there. That's our goal. So,
New
if
sets,
you're
new
familiar with our
items,
game,
more
we have
loot everywhere.
Some set bonuses that we've had the same for a really long time.
Yep, the set bonuses haven't changed in a really long time. We have items that haven't really changed in a really long time.
And we tend to be a little stingy with them.
Yeah, does anyone feel like you don't get loot fast enough? I'm pretty confident that won't be the case anymore, but we'll see. And so, one of the things that helps
Horizontal
and this is kind of a real gamey term.
Yeah, horizontal progression.
Which is horizontal progression. And what that means is, when you get to endgame and you have your best gear, which will happen way faster than it ever has before, what it's about is that a Jedi, I can be say I am a Arsenal merc. We have any Arsenal players in the house? Yeah? Let's say I play Arsenal, and Keith plays Arsenal merc, and Charles plays Arsenal merc. We want to make sure that all 3 of us can be completely different. Completely different in how we accomplish. The way we accomplish that is by giving you items that are the same power level as each other, but do completely different things. So we'll talk more about how that works. You guys go to the next slide.
Hey, who likes this guy?
Knew it. Called it.
Our friend Darth Jadis is gonna help us.
He's gonna be our little example for tonight.
Yep. So here's how things. If you're not familiar with how our gearing works right now, let's walk you through it. So if you play, let's say, a lightning sork, you're Darth Jadis. You like to shoot lightning for your fingertips. You get one shot, one set.
per discipline.
That set makes you better as a lightning sork, and it has pretty much the same stats on it. You're working for the same thing every time. And the only real way to progress is to get better. To get better versions of the thing. It keeps going vertical. My mic is cutting out. Here, let me still.
You want to try mine?
Sounds fine to me.
Check, check. Oh, there we go. Wow, this is way louder. This is good. So progression only goes up. It's straight vertical, and you don't really get a lot of customization in the ability to, again, tailor the way you want to be. Do you want to be harder to kill? Do you want to do more damage? There isn't a ton of customization in the way that works right now. So we wanted to really improve on that. You got it.
Legacy
Oh, yeah, do y'all like moving stuff between legacies?
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah. How many of you religiously move all of your gear around between legacies?
Actually don't.
So for a long time, we haven't always supported that, really. We knew it was there, and we knew it was something that a lot of players did, but it wasn't really easy. It's kind of a pain, right? You have to pull the mods out, put them in a new piece of gear, mail them to yourself, move them through your bank, and then pull them out, and I'm only explaining half of the process, and that doesn't sound fun. So we want to fix that, and we want to make that a lot easier, and actually build it into the system so that you moving gear around your legacy is the way it's supposed to work. Does that sound good?
Okay.
Okay. Next slide. So here's what a lightning sorcerer will look like in Onslaught. So if you're a lightning sorcerer, not only will you have the sets you're used to, you'll have new sets. And those new sets may do all kinds of crazy things. So not only will you have sorcerer sets, you'll also have inquisitor sets.
Ooh.
And you'll also have generic sets. What if you said, and this is a hypothetical example, but let's say all you do is you jump in game, you're harvesting, and you're crafting. What if there was a set bonus that made you better at that? That's the thing you wanted to do. Now that will theoretically be possible. Because we want to give you as many options as possible to play exactly how you want to.
I think they stole that from Anthem. Anthem's got bonuses.
One of the
like
things that existed a long time ago was the ability to mix and match sets, right? Small set bonuses, large set bonuses, some hybridization, if you were. We want to try to support that again as well. We know that people liked it back in the day, and so we want to give you the ability to do it again. Next slide. All right. Charles, do you want to talk about tactical items?
Yes. So tactical items are an entirely new item slot. And this is designed to change the way you play your class in a significant way.
Yes.
See the slide? You can do the next one. Yeah. So even more ability customization. Again, these will vary between being class and discipline. And these can have the potential to completely change your rotation, to give you a completely different way of playing the class that you know and love so well.
Yeah, let me give you two fictional examples that I've just made up right now.
These are totally made up, so
yeah,
don't hold us to
I
it.
just made them up. So let's say, how many lightning sorcerers we got in the house? Lightning, you like to shoot lightning? So let's say you had a tactical item that made your chain lightning. So if those that don't know, when you cast chain lightning, it hits a target and then bounces to a bunch of other targets. Let's say you had two tactical items. One of them means chain lightning doesn't bounce at all anymore. It just does way more damage to the first target. So now it's just a big, beefy, single target attack. Or, let's say you go, I want to murder entire rooms of things at a time. Now it jumps to twice as many targets and does double damage to them. So you could build an AoE build for your sorcerer with chain lightning, or you could build single target. That's the kind of customization we want to try to achieve. And again, completely made up examples I just made up, but that's what we're trying to do. Where you can take the abilities that you love and make builds around them. Does this sound good? All right. So let's recap what we just said, because it's pretty in the weeds. Set bonuses for everybody. Class, discipline, everybody gets set bonuses. You get set bonuses, you get set bonuses.
And they're different set bonuses with different options, not just the same old.
Correct. So the second point, we want to try to build non-combat sets, right? We want to build the ability for you to effectively not kill things if you don't want to. You want to be pacifist, you can do that.
Tactical items, like I mentioned.
Yep.
Give you better flexibility, better customization than ever before.
Yep, because again, the idea is if you and a bunch of friends play the same classes, same disciplines, we want to make sure that it's just a different experience for each of you, and you can tailor that to be the way you want it to be.
Hey,
And there's a
if
whole
there's
lot.
one takeaway to this.
Yeah, and there's a whole lot we're not telling you yet, but you're going to have even more customization than we've talked about today. Even more about the way to make sure that you can tailor your gameplay to exactly the way you want to. That'll be coming later. And easier to move items through Legacy. So again, we know that that's something that you guys have wanted for a really long time, is to make that process a lot less painful. Keith asks about it all the time because Keith moves his gear through Legacy items constantly. And so our goal is to make that much better, right? You're gonna get way more items than you've gotten before, way more options than you had before, and the ability to move them through your character is much easier. You're welcome. All right. That's Onslaught.
Woo!
Next slide. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Just a little special extra something we wanted to share with
That's a
y'all.
little special something. So, I'm gonna play this first slide. It's a little video, and there's some music. And I wanna see if it seems familiar to anybody. So you guys, when you go to the next slide, you can let it play till the end.
Hey, that's my account. I like that set. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Y'all heard that song before?
Yeah.
Like 10 billion times for 7 years?
Yeah. What if we spice that up a little bit? You guys ready for
Spice
some new character
Girls.
select music? You can go to the next slide. You can go to the next slide. It'll play for a while because it's a full track.
Between July and October, that's my
So I
guess.
know that the only question on your mind, when can you play it? Do we have any guesses when you can play it?
2022.
No, I didn't understand.
Hear a
any of
word,
those words.
guys.
Keith,
Not
you
tomorrow.
want to come up? Keith, you want to do this? I'm gonna hand it back to Keith.
Time travel is real.
Today.
Travel is real. So can you hear me okay? So what do you think?
Woo!
Expansion time!
Yeah!
So when do you want to play? Now. Remember I mentioned I was here 2 years ago? I'm not waiting, we can wait 2 years now. So that's-
No.
Louder! Get it over with. How about, next slide,
September
Oh!
9th.
September!
Wow.
So what I was just asking is when we're planning to have it on PTS. I can't tell you.
As soon as humanly
Oh, Jesus.
possible.
Obviously before September, all right? That would be the plan. But as soon as we know more, we'll let you know when you have actually played through, try all the different, especially the itemization. I want to know exactly what you think. They ran it by me the first time, I'll be honest with you, I said no. All right, it didn't include anything with Legacy. So just to want to make sure
Just so you know, it's all Keith.
it's all about me, right? I play the game a lot, you guys know that, right? A lot, right? And there's a lot of things the game does that we have to kind of jerry-rig in game because we got around to a lot of things. What I asked the team to do was adopt it. Make Legacy part of the game because it really is. And so that's what they've done in 6.0. We're going to have a new gearing system.
Woo!
You're going to be very pleased. I can guarantee you'll be very pleased. But I want to know what your thoughts are. We'll do that probably over the summer. Oh, I said summer. I'm not supposed to say that.
Seems reasonable, though. Wait, I got a mic. good.
So, if it's coming in September, do I have to pay you money for it?
Nope.
How does this work? Can we go to the next slide?
Nice. Woo!
So what this means is what? All you have to be is a subscriber
For 1 month.
one time, right? You get the expansion
And every previous expansion.
and all the previous expansions.
$15, you get
All right,
everything
so
in the
make
game.
sure that you are. We'll have all kinds of incentives over the summer that you'll want to be a subscriber if you're not already.
All right, we can go to the next slide. Is there anything else? We've announced the whole expansion. It's coming September. You go to the next slide. Do you guys like free stuff? Okay, so let's tell you the stuff that you can get for free today. Beyond alcohol, which you've probably already started drinking.
Yeah!
Okay, so here's everything. I think this is literally the most swag we've ever given out at an event before. So there's this awesome Tau and Malgus poster. You have the Onslaught t-shirt that you can see the staff wearing. We have 3 pins, the Split Faction logo, and then Malgus and Tau. Our plan is you won't be able to get Tau and Malgus outside of this room. So
Nice.
enjoy some night. Everyone loves exclusive pins, right? You guys pin collectors, one of those pins. And then last but not least, certainly we always do some in-game rewards. So if you are physically in this room, you will have an in-game flare that says 2019 Cantina, and it's got some nice animations. The only way to get that flare is to physically be at a Cantina this year. That's it. So you guys will have it. If we do some cantinas later in the year, they can get it, but this is how you get it. And then on the other side is 4 stronghold decorations and a more basic flare, which everyone can get, so you can share that with your friends, share it online, and all that information will be on the cards. Does that sound good? All right.
I think they like free stuff more than
I think they
everything
do.
else.
I think they do like free stuff. They're like expansion. Tell me about the free stuff. Next slide. All right. Let's do a quick wrap up. So again, Star Wars: The Old Republic, Onslaught, our new expansion. Everyone affectionately likes to call it 6.0. We should just skip numbers just to mess with people. So you'll get an entirely new storyline. I'd say 2 new planets, which I guess I did, but Mekshah is technically not a planet, so that's bad on me. I typed the wrong words. Onderon and Mekshah, Corellia, the Flashpoint. Did you tell them that's the culmination?
Yeah, that's like I feel like the text at the beginning kind of implied that.
That is fair.
The climax of the story, the hinging point of the war.
Yep. New operation on Duxon, Nautilins, which seemed like there was a lot of excitement about. New level cap, and entirely redone itemization. And just to reiterate what Keith said, we'll certainly be putting all this on PTS. Our goal is quite literally this week. I'm going to be out in the forums, out on the internet, talking to all of you. We want to get your feedback on literally all of this. We want to know what you like, what you don't like, what you want us to see differently. All in from now till September. That conversation is going to keep going so we can make it the best expansion it can be. I would say it's an onslaught of information. How many that's my first onslaught punt. Come on. 1?
Oh, you know what? We got through Duxon without...
Oh, we didn't get our ducks in a row, man. 2. 2 puns. I saved them till the end at least. That's worth something. So again, please, in the back, you'll be able to find the swag table, and I can already see a line. So the line will go straight back from that table. So please line up back there to get your swag. We got plenty of it, so don't feel like you need to murder each other for it. You'll get there. Please enjoy drinks on us. All of you got a drink ticket. If you're looking for more drinks later, one, it does open to a cash bar, but find one of us. We usually have drink tickets in our pockets, so we can help you out there too.
Oh, I need some of those.
Oh, okay, there you go. We'll get you, Charles. We'll get you. Please come find us. Remember the staff list that you saw.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down right there because I think that's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing a recap here real quick for anybody who wants to talk about this craziness. Big thanks to Boomy for providing the feed so that we could actually watch this. As I mentioned at the start of the show, it'd be really nice if BioWare would actually stream these things themselves, but when they don't want to do it and we have to, sometimes, we can't have the perfect, setup for it. So at least we were able to show you guys something. So that is really, really cool. So yeah, they announced the official expansion 6.0, which is going to be called Onslaught. We're going to have a new story. We've got 2 new planets coming, 1 new flashpoint, 1 new operation, 1 new race, which is the Nautilin. We've got a level cap increase of 75 coming. And then probably the biggest thing is the fact that they're completely redoing the gearing system. I think it's something that we probably
Earlier
need
on,
to,
a lot of them were back at the swag table.
sorry about that. It's something that we need more information about. I mean, are they going to redo the gearing? Hold on, let me hide. Boop, there we go. Are they actually going to redo the gearing from 1 to 75? Or is the gearing redo only going to be from 70 to 75? So that's going to be something that we will have to take a look at. But it sounds really, really interesting. And I saw some other people kind of talking about it in chat. It seems to me like they've taken some ideas from Anthem when it comes to this new gearing system. And then some other people said, oh, it looks like they've taken some ideas from like the Final Fantasy MMO and some of the others as well. But the big thing is they're just making gearing much, much more interesting. And I think that's the big thing. One of the things that I've talked about before is I've thought that loot has been boring in this game for like a very, very long time. And they needed to do something with the loot to make loot fun again. And I think potentially that's exactly what they're doing here, is they're making loot fun again. So that's really, really cool.